So money personalities was first something that Olivia Mellon, she talked about it in the beginning. And then of course it was made extremely popular by T. Harv Ekker's book on Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. And that's where even I came to know about it. And this is what the personalities are, right? So the first one, and what I want you to do is I'm going to say some things about each personality. How I want you to do is just check, are you agreeing with most of these things? Right? If you are, just make a note of, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. And if you're not, that's also okay. Now, one disclaimer, you might not be only one personality, right? You might be 60, 70% of one, 10% of this, 10% of this. But we want to see what is your primary personality, right? What is your main functioning, where are you functioning from mainly? And then, of course, try to create the perfect blend for you, which works for you in your life. Okay, so here's the first money personality, which is called a masser, right? And a masser is a person who loves to have a lot of money. Okay, now this is not a good or bad thing. They're just people who enjoy growing,
Janki,
using money.
all right. Your screen froze for a second, so you're back. And it is frozen again.
Just wait, let me just connect to a.
And while you're doing that, there are people asking, how do I manifest this? How do I manifest that? Not being able to do this, not being able to do that. So I'm not bringing that up right now, Janki, because let's have all these people also understand, right, a little bit about their money personality, and then do the work, and then ask these questions again. That's why I've like parked it on the side for the moment.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. Okay, so is this clear now?
Yes, perfect.
Awesome. So, an amasser is someone who enjoys having a lot of money, right? Having a lot of money to use, and is very, very focused on investing the money, growing the money, making sure, everything is on track. They love to control their money reality. So, this is pretty much the opposite of an avoider. They love indulging in everything to do with money and collecting large sums of money. On the flip side, if they don't have a large sum of money, they feel very, very empty and anxious and restless. They also connect their self-worth to their net worth, right? They feel like, if I have a lot of money, I'm very rich, worthy, successful, all of that. So here are the traits. So if you're someone who loves to find new ways of investing and growing your money, love discussing where should we invest, is always talking about stock markets and bonds and opportunities, is very much in touch with where is my money, how much do I have in my bank, how much do I have in my portfolio, how much gold, how much is my portfolio up. So it's very connected to the numbers. And the goal, your money goal is always, how do I make more faster, right? So if you're connected to these, you are a money amasser. Okay. Now the second one is the avoider, someone like me who would rather not handle money at all. Matlab, I don't need money in my life. If I have it also, it's lying in the bank account. I don't know how much there is. I don't want to pay the taxes. Like, I'm just hoping somebody will take care of it. Thankfully, I have a husband and who has a team of CAs who takes care of everything. And I'm just like, I don't want to know how much money I made or lost, or how much I have. When I need, I will ask, right? So these are the people who, and also if somebody around you starts talking about stocks and investments, you'll be the person like to quietly go away saying, I'll come back later. Like, this is too much torture for me to sit through, right? If you're one of these people, you are a complete avoider. Then there is the spender. Now, this is a person who loves spending. The minute they get money in their hand, they will spend it. They don't want to invest it, grow it so much. I mean, they might put a little bit, namesake, but their primary goal is, how can I spend all this money on everything that I love, right? So they'll buy gifts for themselves, they'll buy gifts for other people also. They live a very lavish life. They live for today. There's no concept of saving for the future. So they are complete spenders. The next category is the saver, the opposite of spender. Saver's only financial goal is, I want to save for a rainy day. And how can I save more and more? So these people will be a little stingy with money. The minute they get money in their hand, the first thing they want to do is save. Like, they'll probably save 40, 50. I know somebody who even saves 90%. and lives very frugally on 10%, saying, I don't have any needs, I don't need more. And like, they live they have a lot of money, but they live very, very simple in a simple home, drive a simple car, because spending the money is a complete no-no. I want to have a lot of money in my savings. I want to see my PPF, and also they'll invest in very low risk things, right? So these are the savers. And the last one is the money monk, like Neha, right? Monks are people who believe, there are better things to chase. I will be spiritual. If I go towards money, I will lose my spiritual connection to God or myself, right? I will become egoistic. Then I will not be able to serve. It will take away my powers if I chase money. So these are the people who are trained to believe that money is evil. I cannot ask. It's not noble enough. It's so cheap for me to ask for money. Who wants money, right? So it's a little bit like a voider, but here for them, money is anti-spirituality, right? So they've what denounced money, renounced money, renounced, right? So
Renounced.
they're like,
Yes.
I have given it up. I don't want money. I will live like a monk, right? These are the 5 money personalities. Now, as I said, you may be a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but each of us have a primary personality. So put it in the chat box. Which one are you?
Right. I'm going to wait for people to revert, because I was just because I was just listening to you, and I've also been, and of course Shilpa has been posting everything on the group as well. Like, I was listening, and I was thinking that I I've like said yes to 2 in a master. I've said yes to 1 in spender. I've said yes to 1 in saver. So one khichdi pot is going on right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter, because I'll tell you why, right? The minute you'll know intuitively what category do I fall into, right? Am I somebody who gets like a lot of anxiety if I have to, go and look at my bank statements, like, do I have enough? Did I make enough? Did I lose money? Am I like, like getting it wrong? Or do I love to spend? Do I love to save? Do I just want to keep collecting? Or do I feel money is evil, money is wrong, I'm away from it, right? You will intuitively know. But now here's the important part. Once you know, maybe, chalo, I'm 2 of these categories, okay? I fall into avoider and a master, right? Initially, I was a complete avoider, okay? I used to be somebody who didn't want to look at my statements, didn't want to look at, have I paid my taxes? I would just hope everything is taken care of by someone somewhere out there. Somebody has my back, okay? To today, with the work that I've been doing for over 5 years, I recently took a test. By the way, there are lots of tests available online, so you can also go and do a full detailed test, with which some will have 10 questions, some will have 20 questions. Once you see the results, you will know what is your personality. And today, when I took the test, I realized I have become an 80% amasser. Still 20% avoider is there, but initially it was 100% avoider, right?
Right.
Today, what I started doing is building my capacity to befriend money, right? In that, I started with, installing the GPay app. Something as simple as that. My clients would tell me, can we GPay you? I'm like, no, 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 just either give me cash or give me a check and put it in my bank account. Don't ask me GPay, right? So it started with baby steps. Can I install GPay? Then I installed Paytm. Then I started installing the app for my bank. I started tracking how much money. For the first time 2 years back, I got a credit card. Like, I was somebody who had never used a credit card. Credit card was like, oh my God, I owe someone money. This is so scary, right? So I started building the capacity slowly, slowly. For somebody else, I know another client of mine, complete spender, right? Slowly, slowly, we had to look at, why do you want to spend it all? Because again, like I didn't want to look at it, he didn't want to manage it. So let's
Right.
just spend, live for today, YOLO. You live only once, live it large, live life king size, right? All those concepts, again, why? Because I don't know what will happen tomorrow. So there was so much fear of tomorrow. Let's use it all today. We'll make more,
Right.
So again, we started building the capacity of, okay, let this 50,000 rupees just sit in your bank account for 24 hours.
Right.
Breathe, allow it to sit. So again, there are strategies that we do in the workshop later, which I'll tell you, with how do you learn and build your capacity with money, depending on which money personality you are. Like there are specific
Right.
things that you can start doing. And the minute you start understanding this, now there was one more thing that I realized. People have this sense of finality, destiny. I'm an avoider. Like, I used to do it, so I know. I'm an avoider. I will never become successful because I hate money. I don't want to deal with money. How will I ever become successful? Now, a lot of times, so the first time I realized I'm an avoider, I thought finished. This is my life. I'm always going to be an avoider. Now I'll never make money. I wish I was an amasser. I wish I was a little bit of a saver also, right? Sometimes we feel I've lost money in the past. I will never be able to hold on to money again. I've made bad investment decisions in the past. I'll never be able to hold on to it again. So we keep thinking if it's happened in the past, it's going to happen now. This is it. Life is over. It will never change. And for that, if whenever you say we can actually do, and this is what I really love to do with people, take them through a forgiveness meditation to heal. It doesn't matter what personality you are. It just matters, are you willing to receive more? Do you trust
Fantastic.
yourself with it today, and are you willing to ask for it now? Right? So if you have
Yes,
questions on the
let's
group, we can take that. Otherwise, we can go into this where we look at forgiveness.
let's let's go into this. And just to let you know, Kalpana has written in avoider, like you, Janki. Janki is only 20% avoider now. Just remember that. Poonam says spender. Ritu says she's a mix of choices, one, two, and three. One, two, three. So amasser,
A master
avoider, and saver.
spender, I think. Yeah.
Spender. One, two, and three. Spender, right. And so, and the others who have, and more have written in. Luvina says avoider. Payal says I'm a combination of all. Geeta says spender. Parul says two. So two is what? Avoider. Harshal says amasser. Manik Sid also says master plus amasser. Geeta says avoider two. Satya Prakash says avoider and a little percentage of monk. And Shivani says amasser and a little of spender. Neetu says 1 plus 3, so amasser and spender.
Spender.
Yeah. The combination of spender and saver, says Rupali. Vinny says sometime monk or avoider. So just
Yeah.
mainly 4. Vijay Lakshmi says which is monk. No, sorry, that's 5. Which is the 4th one? Saver. 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 4th one, saver, right? And also 1, amasser. Okay. Anamika, saver and avoider. Preeti, initially I was avoider, but now I am spender. Spender, says Harshal. Nipa says 50% amasser, 50% saver. Aarti says balance. Okay, Aarti, balance is not in
The
the
difference
personality types.
the difference between saver and a master, because an amasser is also collecting money, a saver is also collecting money, but the key difference in amasser and saver is amassers like to also spend and live lavishly, right? They are not
Right.
crazy spenders like the spendthrifts who don't want to keep any money with them for tomorrow. These people want to collect and want to live at large. The savers, on the other hand, will live more frugally. They have
Right.
very little needs. They will spend very little money because they might be a little stingy or conjuice, as we call them, in Hindi.
Right.
They will be categorized by this, whereas the amassas want to live very lavishly. They want the good life. They want comforts. They want like pleasant things. They will not settle for a 1-star or 2-star hotel. They want a 5-star hotel. They're
Right.
willing to spend and they're willing to have and grow their money, right?
Have and grow their money. Right.
Again, none of these are good or bad. It's just important to know what are your tendencies more towards,
Right.
so you can be mindful of them. Right?
It's a starting point.
It's a starting point. And then once you become mindful of it, what would you love to have? And then you can create your own. I would like to be like 50% a massa and 40% this and 10% this and 5%. Like you can create your own combinations, but that's only after you know what you are primarily doing with money or how you are treating money, right?